So good day everyone. So again, this is Ma'am Zal. So since we don't have a face-to-face classes this week, so we're going to have a pre-recorded discussions of our lessons today. So the first lesson that we're going to discuss today is all about the introduction to voting. So voting is when we're going to elect someone that that are or is deserving to be the leader of our country. So, so since votings are fast approaching, so let's have um, a short background or information how votings work. Or so how can we say that this candidate or these officers will be the winner for this coming election? So before we start, let's have first our learning objectives for today's discussion. So, at the end of the lesson, the students will be able to identify and explain the specific method within the preferential voting, including plurality, plurality with runoff, board account, plurality with elimination, and pairwise comparison. Next is demonstrate the process of conducting a voting session using different preferential voting method, plurality, plurality when round off, word accounts, plurality with elimination, and pairwise comparison. Next is appreciate the importance of fairness and transparency in voting methods. So, introduction to votings. So, let's have first the definition of what is voting. So voting is refers to the process of choosing officials or policies by casting a ballot, a document used by people to formally express their preferences. So meaning they're going to choose in a form of writing or in a form of ballot, which is we're going to shade the candidates that we're going to choose in that particular position. So there are types of voting method. So there are two fundamental different types of voting methods, which are the preferential voting method. Preferential voting method is when we're going to have a preference, or we're going to have choices, or we're going to rank the candidates in order. So while the non-preferential voting method is like otherwise, so we don't need to have choices. So there are no choices at all, or we cannot rank them. So just the non-preferential, like we're going to vote that person specifically. So the preferential voting methods have types also. So the types are the plurality with round off, word account, plurality with elimination, and the pairwise comparison. So the non-preferential voting method also have types, so the approval voting. So let's have first the plurality method. So let's understand what is the plurality method. So plurality method, so it is a selecting a winner with the most vote. So each voter votes for one candidate and the candidate with the most first place vote wins. So the winner candidate does not have to be the majority of the votes. So it doesn't mean that he or she have the majority of the votes. So as long as he or she have the most or mas daghan siya of votes than the other candidates, then he or she will be considered the winner. So let's have an example. So for example, so there are four candidates, the A, B, C, and D, running for president of the Student Government Association. So the number of votes is shown in the table. So kani siya. So there are numbers of votes, so 6, 7, 3, and 4. So the order of the candidates, so in the number 6 or the numbers of votes which is 6, so they rank them. So the first to have the 6 points will be the D, the candidate D. Next is the candidate C. Next is the candidate B. And the last candidate will be given or is the candidate is, and so on. So muni ang table. So ato ra ma-identify this table. Maka-identify ra ta who among them is have the most vote. So we're going to answer the following questions, or we're going to have the guide questions in order to identify the winner of the election using the plurality method. So the first question is how many votes were cast in the election? Next is how many first place votes are needed for a majority. So did any of the candidates receive the majority of the first place votes? And next is who is the winner using the plurality method? So again, this is the table. So we're going to answer the following question. So first question is how many votes were cast in the election? So what do you think is the number of votes in the election? So in order to find the votes or the number of votes in the election, so we're just going to add the number of votes above. So we are going to add the 6 plus 7 plus 3 and plus 4 in a total of 20 votes casted. So there are 20 votes casted in during the election. So next, so how many first place votes are needed for a majority? So now we're going to determine what is or what will be the majority of the votes. So the majority, so in order to find the majority of the votes, so since we have the 20 votes, so katong 6 plus 7 plus 3 plus 4, so more than 20 divided by 2. So in order to find the majority, so we're going to divide it into half, so which is equals to 10. So the 10 first place votes are needed for a majority. So our votes or the candidates will be going to have a 10 votes in order to be considered be the first place. So since the majority of the votes is 10. So next, so did any of the candidates receive the majority of the first place votes? So who do you think? Do you think the candidates received the majority? Do you think? So as we can see, there are no votes that is equal to 10 or more. So thus, so since plurality count only the first vote, so in a plurality count, so the first votes or first place or the order of the candidates will be the first, which is the red in the row 1. So the candidate A got 3 votes, candidate B got 4 votes, candidate C got 7 votes, and D got 6 votes. So none of the candidates received the majority of the first place. So walay majority. So since the votes are not more than 10 or equal to 10. So letter D. So who is the winner using the plurality method? So who will be the winner? What do you think will be the winner? Okay, so the candidate C is the winner using the plurality method with 7 votes. So since the candidate C have the most votes, which is 7, thus candidate C will be the winner of this election. So do you understand, class? Okay, so I hope you understand the concept of plurality method. So again, so this example showed that the plurality is not necessarily a majority. So again, the plurality method doesn't need to be the majority of the votes. So let's have the next type of preferential voting, which is the plurality with round-off method. So plurality with round-off method. So what is the plurality with round-off method? So each voters votes for one candidate, so only one candidate. So if a candidate receives a majority of votes, then that candidate is the winner. So if no candidates receive a majority, eliminate all except for the 2 top candidates and hold a round-off election. Next is the candidate that received a majority in the round-off election is the winner. Since majority na votes will be considered be the winner for the election. So there's no questions at all since the votes are majority to him or her. So let's have an example. So using the election result from the previous example, which is the A has 3 votes, B has 4 votes, candidate C has 7 votes, and candidate D has 6 votes. So let's find the winner using the plurality with round-off method. So using the example from the previous method, so we're going to use that example. So the top two candidates were C and D. So A and B are eliminated. So since candidate D have 6 votes and candidate C have 7 votes, then the last two candidates, which is A and B, receive the least number of votes. Thus, we're going to eliminate the A and B. So we will run an election between C and D. So the elections will be between the candidate D and C. So we're going to eliminate this one, this one, this one, all the A and B candidates. We're going to eliminate those. So the first and third columns have 6 plus 3 is equals to 9. So 6 plus 3, which is the candidate for the D. So 6 plus 3 is equals to 9 voters who prefer the candidate D over C. So the second and fourth column, which is the 7. So 7 plus 4 will be 11 voters who prefer C over D. So from the candidate D and have 9 votes, while the candidate C gets 11 votes. So 11 is the majority of 20 votes casted in the election. So therefore, candidate C is still the winner using the plurality with runoff method. Since candidate C got the majority, which is 11, thus, so we can conclude that candidate C still be the winner. So using the plurality with runoff method. So do you understand the method of runoff method? Okay, so I hope you understand the concept of the plurality with runoff method. So let's have another type of voting method, so the Borda count method. So Borda count method is to correct the emphasis on the first place votes, a system that assists value to each of the rankings and then count vote points instead of votes was used. So this method is widely used in ranking sports teams or selecting winners in award shows. So this method is named to the French mathematician and nautical astronomer, so the John Charles Borda in 1733 to 1799. So if there are n candidates or issues in an election, each voters rank the candidate from most to least favorite. So each last place is awarded no point. So since last place, so there's no point. Each next to last place vote is awarded to 1 point. So each third from the last point is awarded to 2 points, and so on. So the candidate with the most total points is the winner. So we're going to identify the total number of points to the candidate in order to consider them as the winner for this election or this awarding session. So let's have an example. So for example, so using the election result of the previous example, so find the winner using the Borda count method. So we're going to again use the same example from the first and the second method, which are the candidate A, B, C, and D. So again, as stated in the first definition, so the last person or the last candidate in the last part will be given 0 point, and the second row or the second choices will be given 1 point, and the next is 2 points. So here 2 points, and for the last or the first um, to be given to first the first choices will be given 3 points. So give points from the last place up to the first place. So the 4 candidates will get the following points. So candidate A, so candidate A, so we're going to 0 times 6, so 0 times 6 is could be considered 0, 0 times 7 could be considered 0. So next is, so A, so 2 times 4 and 3 times 3. So 3 times 3 plus 2 times 4, which is equals to 17 points. So candidate A received 17 points. For the candidate B, so sorry, tauna. So 3 times 4 2 times 7, 1 times 6, 1 times 3, and 1 times 3. So 3 times 4 plus 2 times 7 plus 1 times 6 plus 1 times 3, which is equals to 35 points. So let's have the candidate C. So candidate C. So 3 times 7, 2 times 6. Next is 1 times 4. So dili na nato siya apil sa ubos since 0 naman na siya. So 3 times 7 plus 2 times 6 plus 1 times 4 is equals to 37 points. So how about the candidate D? So candidate D, 3 times 6, 2 times 3, 1 times, and 1 times 7, in a total of 31 points. So given these points, so what do you think, or what do you think will be the winner for this election? So therefore, candidate C is the winner using the board account method since candidate C have 37 points. So we can say that candidate C will be our winner. So do you understand the board account method? So yun na siya class no. So there's just many methods, but the process is easy to determine. So let's have another example, the plurality with elimination method. So in the plurality with elimination method, so each voter votes for one candidate. So if the candidate receive a majority votes, then that candidate is the winner. So we don't have any questions with that. So if no candidate receive a majority, so eliminate the candidate with the fewest votes and hold another election. So let's see how does this plurality with elimination method work. So if there is a tie for the fewest vote, so eliminate all candidates tied for the fewest vote. So repeat the process until the candidate receives a majority. So let's have an example. So for example, so using the election result of the previous example, find the winner using the plurality with elimination method. So the number of votes, so we're going to use this previous example from the past or from the last method. So since candidate A received the fewest votes, thus, so we're going to let us count the number of first place votes for each candidate in table 1. So see if there is a majority. So is there any majority of these candidates? So candidate A have 3 votes, candidate B have 4 votes, candidate C has 7 votes, and candidate D has 6 votes. So again, we're going to eliminate, diba are? Ang gingon na is we're going to eliminate the votes with have the least or doesn't have the majority of the votes. So eliminate nato na siya nga row. So let's proceed to the another row. So D, C, so eliminate nato ni E. So ma-move back forward na ni siya. So may mo na nig D, B, and C. And this A na po. Tuwangwaon nato ni si A. So nemo na siya ginani. So D, C, D, B, C, B, B, C, B, D, C, D. So wala na A kay since A have the least number of votes. So no one has received a majority. Again, there's no candidate received the majority. So but candidate A received the fewest votes, so we will eliminate the candidate A. So all candidate below candidate A will move one place up as shown in the table. So again, as I said, so ma-move up matanan ang mga votes. So we're going to eliminate all the candidates E, and we're going to forward or make the candidates move forward. So from the table 2, candidate have 4 votes. So from the table 1, arita sa una, sa original table. So A. So since we're going to eliminate the A, so we're going to make it forward. So since candidate B has 4 votes, candidate C have 7 votes, and candidate D has 9 votes. So 9 votes meaning gi-aplasan nato ni 6 and 3. So 6 plus 3 is 9, then 7 and D. So candidate D will be eliminated since it has the fewest votes. So since candidate B receives 4 votes, so we're going to eliminate all the candidates B. So only candidate C and D left as shown in the table. So thus candidate C with 11 votes is the winner using the plurality method. So since we're going to eliminate B, thus so eliminate, thus, and we're going to move the um, other or the remaining candidates forward. So may C na mo nag-ari, then and so on. So since D have 6 votes and another D have 3 votes, so in a total of 9 votes. But the candidate C have 7 plus 4, which is 11, and 11 is the majority of the votes. Thus, we can conclude that candidate C will be the winner using the plurality with elimination method. So from the word eliminations, we're going to eliminate those votes or those candidates have the fewest or least votes. So nasabtan ra class no. So again, once we eliminate the once we're going to eliminate the votings, that we're going to um, um, move the other candidates on top forward pababaw para ma-occupy na to ang space nga asa na to gi-eliminate ang ato ang candidates. So as we can see, candidate C is still the winner of this election. So do you understand, class? So hope you understand the concept of plurality with elimination method. So let's have, I think, the last method in the preferential method, the pairwise comparison method. So pairwise comparison method. So voters rank candidate from the most to least favorable. So each candidate is then compared with each of the other candidates, and if candidates E preferred to candidate B, then it received 1 point. And candidate D is preferred to candidate A, then candidate B receive a 1 point. So if there is a tie, so each candidate receive half point. So if na tie, half point ra. So the candidate who received the most overall point is the winner. And a candidate who beats all the other candidates in head-to-head comparison is the Condorcet winner. And it was named after the Marcos D. Condorcet. The problem with the method is that often there is no declared Condorcet win. So Condorcet winner, which is the winner of this election. So let's have an example. So using the election result from the previous example, so find the winner using the pairwise comparison method. So using the examples from the previous method, so to determine the winner, we have the compared A and B, A and C, A and D, B and C, B and D, C and D. So mabali-bali, okay na mabali-bali sila. So it doesn't mean nga A and B na napoy B and A. So it's just the same. So 3 votes in the column 3, a total of 3 votes. So A, so have 3 votes 3, that's a total of 3 votes. Then candidate B has 6 votes in column 1. So in column 1, okay, column 1, give us a vote. So B, 7 votes in column 2, 4 votes in column 4, so a total of 17 votes. So 6 plus 7 plus 3, and 6 plus 7, so 6 plus 7, 13, 13 plus 4, 17. Next, so thus B beats A. So candidate A received 1 point. So since B have the most votes than A, then the candidate A receives 1 point. So same na. So candidate A, so 3 votes in the column 3, 4 votes in the column 4, so a total of 7 votes. So 6 votes in column 1, 7 votes in column 2, a total of 13 votes. So thus, C and A receive a 1 point. So C and A. So C and A. So 13. Next. So na. So candidate A and D. We're going to compare the A and D. Thus, candidate D receive 1 point. So since D have the most vote, so candidate D have 1 point. And this one, so candidate C receive 1 point since it have 13 votes than the candidate B which have only 7 votes. Next is we compare the candidate B and D. So since candidate B receives most vote, thus candidate B receive 1 point. And next is we're going to compare C and D. So since candidate C received the most vote, thus candidate C receives 1 point. So to summarize, so candidate A received 1 point, candidate B received 1 point, candidate C received 3 points, and candidate D received 1 point. So from these following points, what do you think will be the winner for this election? Okay, so the candidate C is the Condorcet winner or our winner since candidate C received 3 points. So still, candidate C is our winner for this election. So let's have now the non-preferential voting method. So the last method we discussed the preferential method. So now we're going to proceed to the non-preferential voting method. So the non-preferential voting method has only one type, which is the approval voting method. So approval voting method. So what is the approval voting method and how can we use this type of method? So approval voting uses a different kind of reference table as much simpler. How can we say it's simple? Because each voter does not rank all the candidates. Instead, each voter simply approves A or disapprove D each candidate. So the candidate with the most approval wins. So the voters have only choices. So they're going to approve or disapprove the candidate. So in the preferential method, they're going to rank the candidates from their least favorite candidate to the most or to their favorite or the most favorite candidate. So here in the non-preferential method, so they're just going to say that they're going to approve this candidate or disapprove this candidate. So for example, so each row corresponds to different candidates and each column this corresponds to different voters. So an A means approve and D means disapprove. So how among the candidates won using approval method? So here's the candidate, a candidate Aquino, candidate Benigno, candidate Cruz, and candidate Dalisay. So there are how many voters? There are only 8 voters. So from the voters one, the candidate Aquino, he or she approves. Voters Benigno, he or she disapprove. Cruz, voter 1 disapprove this candidate. And Dalisay, the voters 1 approve Dalisay. So, ilan na siya? Muna A, D, A, D. So, in order to determine the candidates who won using the approval method, so we will examine each row by counting only the A's. So, we're going to count all the A's. So Aquino in the column 1, so it receives 6 votes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Cruz have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 votes. So Benigno have 1, 2, 3 votes, and Dalisay only got 1, 2, and 3 votes. So what do you think from this number of votes? So what do you think? Who do you think will be the winner for this election? So thus, Aquino is the winner with 6 approval votes. Aquino wins the election. Sinasabtan ba ang approval method? Do you have any questions with this method? None.